You're listening to the Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. Nothing says productivity like a day spent on hold, right? And nothing says I've got my act together like submitting your nomination for the Captain Oblivious Award. It's our first. Instructions are at the end of this podcast. You may not have known this, but if you're not paying attention, you can spend your entire day on hold.
Oh, I have done that. And it had nothing to do with paying attention. Were you trying to call Social Security?
Not yet, but I'll be eligible by the time I get through to all the other people I've been trying to reach.
Yeah, Social Security and the IRS. Those are the two 800 numbers that you really want to avoid at all costs.
Okay, I'm making a note. Doctors' offices now are on my list of phone numbers to be avoided if at all possible.
Isn't it weird to you that they all still play the same wonky music that they played 30 years ago when you were on hold with a doctor's office or a governmental agency?
Well, it's because you've been on hold for 30 years. They haven't had a chance to change it when you were off the phone.
Yeah, whoever invented music has got to be like richer than Elon Musk at this point.
I can sing it.
Okay, now.
Let me tell you something else about music on hold. I had to call my union, my performers union today. And they actually had a song that I recognized, speaking of old disco. They had an old disco song.
Really?
Yeah, an instrumental.
Even better. Elevators don't really play music anymore, do they? Because we used to call that elevator music.
Right, but everybody has earphones in now, so it's kind of wasted on people now because they have stuff in their ears already. But I will say this about my union. They admit that their system is effed up. To reach my union in Chicago, I had to call the office in LA. I had to discipline the woman on the phone for calling me ma'am repeatedly. I said, nobody told you that ma'am is the FU of phone interaction? Nobody told you this? And bless this person's heart, they made a real effort. And then they would come back on the line periodically and say, that line went right to voicemail. And I would say, yes, that's what I told you. And that other person's line just went right to voicemail. And I would say, yes, that's what I told you. And then they said, my bad, which almost nobody in any kind of forward-facing organization ever says. So it's extra offensive when you're paying them a pentload of money for stuff. Yeah, because like medical appointments, that's not a cheap service that they're rendering. So pick up your darn phone. And my insurance company, I am looking to buy some coverage. And they gave me like the I don't know, there's always in every cartoon, there's always some little kid who's going to learn how to do it now. Let me use the hammer, Dad. Let me drive the car, boss. There's always one of those, right? I got the, let me write the policy, boss person. And you would think, you would imagine that in insurance, it is absolutely key that you pay attention to what the insured person is saying, right?
Yes.
If they say, I wrecked my car, you don't want them to come back with, so you want your big screen TV to be off your coverage? That's not. That's not what we're talking about here. I went through this whole list of adding and subtracting stuff. And then the person said, oh, so you have a personal articles policy? Like, what did you think you were adding and subtracting stuff from? That's like going, okay, that would be like you called the printer repair person and they brought all this ink and they charged you for that, and they brought a cartridge and they charged you for that, and then you said the printer's over here and they said, oh, you have a printer? It would be like that.
Like, at least I'm going to say
at least Sorry.
At least you got people on the other end. I'm usually that person that sits on hold for hours.
Yeah.
And then they hang up.
Well, I got that too. I mean, it's been all
You
day.
did.
It's literally been hours. When you said, can we record the podcast an hour later? I thought it'll be the same. It'll be like that Talking Heads song, same as it ever was. I'll be listening to dee 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 an hour from now, 5 hours from now. Here's my favorite. They have a new and improved system at my doctor's where they say, and if you don't want to hold anymore, just press 1. So you press 1. And then they say, okay, great. Is this the number we're supposed to call you back on? If it is, press 1. But you could press 1 till your eyes fall out like an Egyptian mummy, and it will not. The second one doesn't register. And so you end up calling people like, you need to make an appointment to get your hair done. And you're like, do you have a way into my doctor's office?
Hey, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to move away from the mic for a second.
Okay.
Does my head look like it shrunk?
No. Why?
Because my headphones keep falling off.
That would be the elastic.
And they're as short as they go.
Yes,
And they
there's
always
elastic in there. It's
fit.
like your underwear the 7,000th time you've washed them. Same problem.
Bobby pins. I'll just pin it to my head.
You know what? You could do a lot worse. I think that's an same
I was
same
thinking
idea.
I was thinking about calling their help desk. I seem to remember the phone company was the worst. As far as transferring you to somebody and just hanging up.
Yeah. Dealing with the operator or the phone company has been frustrating since there's been a phone company. Nichols and May did a long routine about the guy who loses his last dime in a payphone and goes up the chain of command.
I miss payphones.
I saw a movie with a payphone the other day and it made me nostalgic.
Was it black and white?
No.
The phone or the movie, right?
No. But I mean, eventually, the thing about phone booths is as people got cell phones, the phone booths became like pissoirs. They were like toilets, what they became.
That's lovely.
It was a pissoir.
That's lovely.
I need to make a phone call and use the facility. I will do it all in one place.
I just need to go to bed and pump my head back up. I don't know.
Trust me, it's not smaller. I swear, it's not.
I haven't cut my hair for a while.
Same as it ever was, to quote the Talking Heads again. Same as it ever was.
It never was.
Yeah.
But finding bobby pins is like looking for safety pins. You just have them like randomly scattered.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
They will show up to poke you in the ass when you sit down in the car. But when you want one, you're forced to dig around in those same cushions and they are not there. And you crane your neck to look underneath the car seat and you're looking around the bathroom. And certain things have magical powers to appear and disappear at will and not your will, their will. Yes.
Safety pins and bobby pins.
That's one of the things. Back when I was younger, it was hygiene products.
They would disappear.
Well, they would fly. They would fly out of your purse at the most inopportune moments, and then when you wanted one, they were like, "Where? I know I had some of these in this little. Where are these? Yeah.
Aren't we glad we don't need them anymore?
No, we don't need those anymore. Whee! All good.
Yay! One of the positives of being old.
Yes. Somebody younger listened to the podcast the other day and said, "I don't think it's really for my demographic." And I said, "Did I say that it was?"
Yeah,
you asked me what I did.
We really don't know who our demographic
right.
is.
It's for people with, what was it you said, adult audience?
It's immature talk for mature audiences.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. He asked what I did. I handed him my card for the podcast. That's like, you have some of those cards. So
yes, I do.
It's not my fault that you're 20-something. I didn't make you 20-something. It's your problem.
If you're 20-something and you are listening to us right now, go wash your dishes. Go clean your room.
God, I have to say it's kind of embarrassing. The Big Cuties friends, a good substantial number of them listen.
Oh.
Yeah. Not the Big Cutie himself, because that would be like listening to his mother. In fact, it would not only be like listening to his mother, it would be actually listening to his mother, something he's allergic to. But some of his friends routinely filter back to him word that the podcast is hilarious. And I'm not sure if that's just as podcast qua podcast is hilarious, or it's hilarious because it explains why the big cutie is the way it is. But I don't really want to, I don't want to dig too deeply into that mystery. It's like a really beautiful piñata. I don't want to whack it with a stick. There might be candy, there might not.
I think I have 3 family members that actually listen. No, 4.
Well, there you
I
are.
have 4.
Okay, then.
And the other ones are smart enough not to. Because there would probably be a family rift somewhere.
We bow our heads now. Let us not receive feedback from amongst our beloveds.
Especially you, Frankie, who's listening as he drives home from work.
Oh, God, and it's a mountain road with a sheer precipice. Let's not. Let's not. Has he known you since things flew out of your purse? Because you don't go anywhere. Nothing flies out of your purse. Anything that goes in there stays in
I
there.
don't really carry a purse.
Until you do the dump. You remember the dump?
I carry a tote bag.
I carry a
We
suitcase.
we do go to the dump, however.
Do you do the purse dump?
No.
That's
Every once in a while, I'll throw away like receipts and stuff.
Yeah, that requires the purse dump.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I've never just dumped it out because I'm afraid what I would find.
Oh, that is, if you ever see, usually a woman, although I know men carry purses too, but in general, the most desperate move that a woman can make in public typically is dumping out her purse. This usually will happen on a table or the seat of her car. There's something terribly important is missing. Very often, her car keys, keys to her house, or her phone, and there's a desperate or tickets to something that you really, really need to get into, or the time of an appointment that you forgot to put into your phone calendar because you never put anything in your phone calendar because it takes 25 minutes to do it because you keep hitting a thing that says edit, and you're like, no, I put it in here already. That's
You know what? I can tell you exactly what it is in my purse/tote bag.
That's scary.
My wallet.
That's it.
And about 50 chapsticks. Because I always throw them in there.
I think we need to be right. I'm the gypsy, the chapstick queen. Yeah.
That would be me.
That would be you.
And they're a lot better off in my purse than in the couch. I do not like them when I dig them out of the couch and they have like cat hair and dog hair and
would you use
whatever else.
a chapstick with cat hair or dog hair on it?
No. If it was the last chapstick in the galaxy, I would not use it.
Really?
Yeah.
Important to know. May I point out that since I get to see you on Zoom as we record this, I from Chicago, you from near the Grand Canyon, you seem to be wearing like a little Orphan Annie dress today.
I'm wearing this like 1950s house coat dress.
I stand by my assessment. And little Orphan Annie, if you put a belt on that thing and got a dog with big white eyes, you would be.
Look, it's got pearl buttons.
It's a little Orphan Annie house. You're wearing a 1950s house dress? How the hell did you find a 1950s house dress?
I found it at a thrift store for $1.50.
That's the way to do it.
And I like it because it's really weird and pretty fugly, as you pointed out. But
speaking of thrifting, did you see the piece about the guy that found Wilt Chamberlain's warm-up jacket at a thrift store not far from you, I believe?
Really?
Yeah, nobody knows how it got there, and I think he sold it for $90,000 on some sports memorabilia.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I know. And here's the part I hate. I don't begrudge him his 90 or 190 or 900,000. I don't begrudge. But when you say that, it screws up thrift stores for the rest of us. Every jerk and his mother is going to be down there at the thrift store pawing through everything and standing there for 90 minutes holding on to the thing you want while they look on their phones to see if it's worth anything.
Yeah, I love those people. Luckily, I think there are more thrift stores out here than people. as opposed to where you are, where there's more people than thrift stores.
But just barely. Plus, I don't know if you count or don't count the little piles of abandoned clothing that you find in the park or at the beach or just.
Oh, those are all in the back of my car. My car is full of
Are you the
abandoned
one?
clothing.
You're the one that's driving around the neighborhood throwing out little mystery piles.
Yeah,
You see some of these things and you think, okay, well, who didn't need their shoes?
Pajama pants for you. Here's the top to go next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the abandoned clothes fairy.
And a chapstick hoarder.
So now we know. This is usually the part where we thank you and I suggest you buy my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. But we have decided that at least one of you deserves some sort of prize for listening. I have no idea exactly what it will be, but it will feature the words Captain Oblivious on it. And all you have to do to win is send an email to Turi@shebopsproductions.com with a short description of whatever your partner or friend or boss or somebody who ought to be paying attention failed to notice, and your mailing address. Marcy and I will pick out the best one, and that will be the winner. You have until August 31st, 2026 to enter, and you have to live in the USA because I don't send things over borders. Good luck.